Hey everyone, so today I wanted to talk about the problem with Smash Ultimate and the amount of characters that were added to the game, and how this could potentially affect the series as time goes on. So currently there are a total of 68 original fighters in Smash Ultimate and 74 fighters including Echo fighters, after the latest announcement that Isabelle was going to be released in Smash Ultimate. We've all heard people talk about how Smash Ultimate is the final game, or the ultimate rendition of the series. Sakurai, as the developer of the game, has been talking about the final Smash game for quite some time now, and if I remember correctly, I believe that Brawl was actually planned to be the final game in the series at one point. Sakurai has talked about the level of stress that a game like Smash puts on him. Apparently it's taken quite a toll on him a number of times. Aside from Sakurai's health, what worries me about how he talks about this is that it's possible that this game series could end because there is too much in the game already. So what has been established in the series is that every new game released will have a larger roster with more stages, more options, more game modes, and so on. This would be quite stressful, especially now that there's almost 75 playable characters in the game. Theoretically, if Sakurai was going to make another Smash on the next console that was released in 5 years or however long, how many characters would need to be added on top of our roster now in order for the mainstream media to consider this a worthwhile game, or the mainstream community to consider this a worthwhile game? And people might expect the game to be completely updated after Smash Ultimate with different designs for characters and a whole bunch of new stages and items and just reworking all of the graphics and everything. Maybe people wouldn't want this iteration, this new game, to be like Smash Ultimate is like Smash 4. And so what would people expect to be changed from the game other than adding more characters? Like, would people expect the graphics to be enhanced significantly so all of the characters, all of the stages need to be redesigned? If they had the Omega, Battlefield, and the original stages, you're looking at, I think, 303 stages or something ridiculous. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a lot, especially to develop for the one game. So potentially, considering how Sakurai's looking at it now, the next Smash game might not exist due to the task of making the game even bigger than it is now would be extremely daunting. It's not creating one map. The backgrounds are all rendered. It's not just the platforms that you stand on that they need to make, it's everything. Not to mention the music, all the voice actors that need to go in. So much is remade in this game, it's ridiculous. There would be so much in the game. To make it bigger seems like such an impressive task in itself, and Sakurai's now done it 5 times. I think our community has started to get used to the fan service that we've been given with Smash. And to some extent, I want to say it is pretty fair. I think people should be wanting characters in Smash because they're the characters that they enjoy, and that makes sense. Smash Bros. At heart feels sort of like a fan service-y game. But what's happened now is that because of the continued fan service, I think that the demand for the game to be bigger has become so high that if it was smaller, people would say that the game's not worth it anymore. I think that's really come back to bite Sakurai, as he's put so much work in and stretched the limits of everything that he could have done. It's made people demand more as time has gone on. As he consistently gives more, people always want more. And now that Smash has been released on every single console since the Nintendo 64, so there's also this idea that once a new console is released, a new Smash game also needs to be released. Once you've done that to 5 consoles, people tend to expect that. So don't get me wrong about all of this, I still want a bunch of characters included in Smash as well. Everyone wants their favorite characters in Smash, so, they can pick their character when they want. People don't necessarily just want to pick Kirby if their favorite character from the Kirby series is Meta Knight. It's very different, and it feels very different. And for that reason they want Meta Knight included, or Bandana D, or anything like that, so I totally get why people ask for more characters. The problem is when we discover that all of these characters are going to start affecting how the game is made, or if the game is made. I imagine that Nintendo right now could be discussing whether it would be worth to make a Smash 6, theoretically. With the amount of work we imagine that they put into the game, I don't know how worth it would be for Nintendo to create this new game, considering how high their community's expectations for the increase in content in this potential Smash 6. So, something else I'd want to draw attention to is that with 75 characters or more, balancing the game is going to become more and more difficult as time goes on. And for some people this doesn't really matter, the casual players and all of that, but the way Nintendo's been going recently, pushing competitive play, I don't know if that's where they'd want to go. Maybe they don't care. I guess we'd have to wait and see how they act with Smash Ultimate before I'd conclude anything about that. And I know less characters does not mean it's going to be more balanced. What I mean is that less characters is going to be easier to balance. I guess it would be a fine line to walk to try to figure out that. So when I was thinking about all of this stuff, it made me question what characters would be completely necessary for a new current Smash to be released. If everything was reworked, what characters would I feel need to be included before you'd start to add characters on? And what characters would I cut from Smash Ultimate because they're unnecessary? So I decided I was going to make a tier list of sorts, talking specifically about the necessity of each character and where I would rank them from unexcludable to unnecessary. So this is the list that I ended up with. Now I know there's a lot to go over and a lot of people are going to hate me for putting things where they are, and I'll go through this in detail and explain what I've done, and to draw attention to the fact that I've actually not included the original 64 roster in the unexcludable category. So I have some interesting things planned there, and I'll elaborate on everything in the next video. See you then.